Well, hey there, this is Jerry, and I'm getting started on another episode of What's Broke Today. And today, I've got a 2003 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 four-wheel drive water pump puke. So, when it's running, you got to watch the spray, but you can actually look down and see it slinging off of the pulley for the fan. So, let me get some tools together and let's start changing out a water pump. And of course, the first thing I did start was I put a piece of hose on the radiator and opened up the radiator drain to drain all the coolant out that's left, which kind of got me worried. There may not be much left because, I mean, this thing was really leaking when it showed up. But I'm going to start out with, I'm going to get this intake tube out of the way. And then my pen popper's in the garage, so I use my long needle nose to pull the little deal off for the upper radiator hose out of the way, and then go ahead and see if that'll slide off there. Okay. Yeah, so that ain't too bad. A lot of times this boot likes to stick to the intake, so just pull hard. I say intake likes to stick to the throttle body. I just take it and put it back over the plastic pipe, and I'm just going to lay this in the bed of the truck while I'm working. I didn't grab and bring that I'll probably need is my tool for the fan clutch, so I'll probably have to go back and get that. And of course the upper radiator hose goes on the top of the water pump, so well, we get down there. There we go. All right. Pull that loose and shove it over there out of the way. Then I will have to go get my pen popper. Then I got my pen popper. It's got the, there, I'll pull one of them out. 4 of these things in the radiator shroud. 2 on each side. So I got coolant coming out, but it ain't all going out with my hose. Then we can get our shroud out of the way. I'm going to lay it in the back of the truck. The reason I'm laying things in the back of the truck is because it's so windy. I don't want it to blow everything away. I think I may run back up and get a belt for this too, because that serpentine belt neither one of them looks very good. I don't think that goes big enough. Oh, it does. Wow. Okay. Now I'll take my dead blow hammer and whack it. And that actually went better than normal. A lot of times we have to fight to get those to come loose. Yeah. It came loose, but the fan clutch isn't grabbing it stout enough to unscrew it. There we go. I'll put my hand up here because when it finally comes off, we don't want it to hit the radiator. All right. Yeah, because that belt don't look very good. And always whenever you take these belts off, pay attention to how they're routed and get them back the same way. Yeah, I think I'll go get new belts. And even the one on the AC don't look very good. So that's, yeah, that looks like it's. Okay. Yeah, because even our AC belt's got all kinds of cracks in it. Because all I went up and did is bought a water pump. And let's see. And I'm going to close the radiator drain because I don't think I'm getting that much caught there. Well, I got out more than I thought I did. Even though I thought I was going to. Now I'm going to take this, slide it back up under there as best I can. First thing I'm going to take loose is the thermostat. There's just two 10mm headed bolts holding the thermostat in. And okay, of course, take out the bolts. I have to lay them up there on the cowl, and then see how tight these are. And our tensioner is held on with three 15mm headed bolts. Just like the others, I'm gonna put the bolts back in the holes that they belong in, lay it in the bed of the truck. Okay. And get that out of the. That'll give me a little more visibility. Pulling the idler off. Now, in most cases, I would say change the thermostat, but this thermostat is not very old. That when I put this thermostat on, this truck had been sitting for quite a while because of the brake line that had rusted out. And then the water pump puked after his son started driving it. And I don't remember how long ago that was. So. Because, like I say, the water pump wasn't leaking when I had it here initially. And right now, coming outside of the water pump is where the heater hoses hook. So I'm pulling both of them off. I got 6 10mm headed bolts holding the water pump on. And it's hard to change the water pump without having a mess on the ground. So the dogs and the cats are all locked up inside. Went and got me a shop towel because my hands were feeling slimy from this coolant. Okay. I don't know there's any way to do this without making some kind of a mess. But regardless, and take a look at our water pump, and the bearings are going out in it. So I'll set that to the side because I think all 6 of those bolts are the same length. But I went ahead and left them in their holes so I get the new water pump ready to go up on there. Need to get in here and scrape off the front of the block, which with the type of gaskets they use on these with the O-rings, it isn't too much cleaning up on these. Now I'm just going to wipe these surfaces off and feel them with my finger and make sure they're smooth. Make sure we don't have any pits. There's a little bit of something right there. Get my light, get my glasses. Report. And I'm just taking this and basically put it in there square and scraping. Okay, just feel again. Oh yeah, much better. If there's anything on there, you run your finger around, you should feel the bump of it. Just a little bit right down there. All right, back here with my water pump. I got my new bolts, or my old bolts. I'm putting them through the holes, like so. And one thing you also want to do is take your old and your new water pump and lay them side by side just to make sure they match. Which I did that before I set it up here. And then I'm going to take my gaskets and try and put them on the correct way over the bolts. And like so. And then I can very carefully turn this around. Oh, let my bolts fall out and drop the gasket. And everything you do is you could put a little silicone on the gaskets and stick them to the water pump if you wanted to. But I'm going to get that down there and get upper bolts started. And there, I think my gasket slipped. Nope. Because once you got two of them started, the gasket will stay in place. But when you only got one started, it could actually slip and fall out of place. And of course, I'm going to crawl up here just a little bit, take my light, and look, make sure it's there. Look over there, make sure it looks like it's in place. And I got to reach under here and feel this. I can't see, so. But yeah, it's all right when you can't see something. You either take your GoPro or your smartphone and turn on the camera. And take a picture. And get them where you can see. And of course, I can see by looking at my picture that my gasket didn't fall. Okay, I put my phone down because I usually don't carry my phone on or have it on me while I'm working. Because knowing my luck, I'll lean against something or lay down and smash it. Okay. Now, I just tighten these a little at a time and work my way around. Because we want it to pull up even and square. I don't want to like smash a corner of the gasket and then it not pull up good on the other side and then it leak. Okay. Last go around. And I'm sure these have a torque spec, but I don't know what it is. So as you can see, I didn't use it. Grab my heater hoses, put them back on. And you can't hardly get them wrong because one is 5/8 and one is 3/4. So basically they only go in, you can't put them in the wrong spot unless you really work hard at it. Okay. Now grab my thermostat, pull it out. And I got a new O-ring. Even though there really isn't nothing wrong with the O-ring that's on it, I'm still going to use the new O-ring. And I'll save this one just in case sometime in the future I need one. But by the time I remember that, I will have forgot I had it, or I will have thrown it away. But we want to get our O-ring in its groove. And put the thermostat up there. Okay. Well, start it by hand and then run up there close with the ratchet. because inevitably, if I don't start it by hand, I start it with my cordless. I'll end up cross threading it. And of course, I'm going to finish tightening it up by hand and evenly let. And then also want to make sure that it pulls up flush, so you know the O-ring is seated in its groove. Now, I'm going to take a break because I'm going to have to go get those belts. And then I'm going to check. He said there was a parking light or some kind of light out on the outside. So I'm going to check all the lights, turn signals, headlights, brake lights. And that way, in case I got to buy a bulb while I'm out, I can get all that. Was trying something new that so I was getting ready to put these belts on. First thing I wanted to put on was the air conditioner belt. So I got my camera setting in the lower radiator shroud, and get it around the AC compressor, over that idler, and behind the crank pulley. Okay, so that worked better getting it around the compressor than getting it around the crank pulley. Okay, I'm going to go to the back. I'm going to grab idler pulley and tensioner out of the bed. I spun both of these ahead of time to make sure that before I ordered parts, that they both spun freely. And the nice thing about these bolts, other than I dropped the one, is they got the little shoulders that kind of line them up with the hole. Okay. This is why I should have took a picture before I pulled it off. Because one thing I do know is it will only go on one way, and this is going to be the right way. There we go. How's that? That looks good. Now, see, I laid this in the back of the truck, and that laying in the back of the truck, the all that silicone that's inside that fan clutch went back to the front and set up, so it's easy to screw that back on there. Now I can take my top half of the radiator shroud and set back down over here and line up the holes and put in my pop pins. Another 2 of those, and the bolts that go up here. Okay. All of them. Okay. I can grab our upper radiator hose and bring it back over. Actually, ow, that was my thumb. I just whacked on the shroud. See, and this has got one of those lock type clamps. So I'm trying to get it unlocked without it whacking my fingers. I need one of those tools like they got at the factory to pop these clamps when they install the hoses. Okay. And all the way down on there. I can slide this back down where it belongs, lock it, put the hose in, get the hose put in its spot. Okay. Next thing is our intake duct work. Okay. Tighten these down. Put that back. There. Okay. And now all I got left is to fill it with coolant and take it out for a test drive. Well, I got the Chevy truck done. That cooling system burped. Got a heater core heat coming out. I was just letting it run a little bit more, but I got to run a little bit, shut it off, let her cool off, top off the overflow tank, and we should be good to go. That I do appreciate you watching. That I always like those thumbs up for the likes. I appreciate all those comments, and anybody out there that's not a subscriber, better join on in, because I'll tell them what else you're going to see on What's Broke Today. Thank you.